Hi guys, welcome to Drum Dog, and today we're talking about left-handed drum kits. So there has been a polarizing debate in the drumming social media community recently, and it is all on the subject of left-handed drum kits and whether, especially as teachers teaching beginners, should they flip the kit for them. Now this is a really interesting topic for me, being a teacher, and this is a very interesting topic for Ryan, being a lefty.
I am a lefty and I play a right-handed drum kit.
Well, that goes against everything that we should think. So why? Why, as a lefty, do you play a right-handed kit?
Because I had a lazy teacher. Originally, and I didn't have a lazy teacher. I had a teacher that was put under a lot of pressure to deliver a 20-minute drum lesson for 3 drummers, and one of them was left-handed.
See, the teacher perspective for that debate for me, lazy teachers should flip the kit for left-handed students. I'm thinking, well, some of my lessons in schools used to be 20-15 minutes just for one student.
Yeah.
So even if I had one lefty, to flip the kit was a massive challenge, let alone teaching 3 students in 20 minutes and one. There's no, you can't, what do you do? Flip the kit for 5 minutes at the end?
Exactly, and the way the lessons worked was, you get grade 1, and you put up the first beat, I think it was called Poppy, and the teacher plays it. Explains it, one kid plays it, next kid plays it, next kid plays it, and then the next exercise. So it wasn't you all get an allocated part of the 20 minutes.
Right.
You get a turn to play each exercise. So you can't do that. But I think with the current debate and the current talk about it, I think, as in a lot of things in politics, in music, in all kinds of things, this right versus wrong needs to be adjusted to pros versus cons, and otherwise we're just going to get tribalism with people who don't know what the hell they're talking about because they don't play left-handed anyway.
Yeah.
So what are the pros for me playing a right-handed kit, even though I predominantly left lead?
I mean, before we even get into a list of specific things, do you wish you'd learn on a left-handed kit?
No.
Why?
Because it gets into my list of pros.
Okay, right, give me the list. Hit me with the list.
I think there is a unique sound to that, to leading with the left on a right-handed drum kit, but that comes to another point later.
Okay. I mean, I see that in your playing. You play some things,
yeah,
and I'm straight away like, whoa, hang on, it doesn't compute straight away for me.
I've seen you do that. I remember we were jamming together once, and you go, whoa, what was that? I said, it's just a paradiddle. It's just like, it's grade 1.
Yeah, but you started with the wrong hand.
It's grade 1 orchestrated around the kit, and you went, oh yeah.
Wait, I've heard of that.
I saw Carl Brazil do a drum clinic, and there's just like, there was something about his playing that I connected with. I thought, I recognise some of the fills in this, and then I found out he was left leading. He was left-handed player.
He's one of them.
He's one of them. One of us. So that's one thing. The other thing is convenience. So just like our teacher at the beginning, if you're lucky enough to have, nowadays, you like to get your own lesson on your own kit, hopefully. But then you want to get in a band and you want to get out on the circuit. You don't start with your kit and an engineer to set your kit to the perfect sound. You get into the really nice clubs where they have a really good band on a Saturday night. You're on a Monday night. you're on a Monday night, and there are 5 other bands, and if you insist that your kit is switched to left, I've seen it, that band is automatically put to the front of the bill. They'll have 2 songs knocked off their set, and then they'll change it around, and all the other bands get to go afterwards.
And as harsh as it is, I've often been on the right-handed kit supplying side of that, and had someone come up like, oh, you know, you greet them like, hey man, like, feel free to use my kit, it's all good. They're like, I'm a lefty, and I'm just like, no. The blood drains from my face. It's stress, it's instant stress, because those stages are cramped, there's not enough room for a normal changeover, let alone flip the whole thing. And I hate to be the one stressing about it, but it is just a pain in the ass. And even worse than that situation, on an outside of the dive circuit kind of scenario, theatre pits.
Cool.
Where you've got a permanent setup in a pit that, say, you know, the main drummer's supplying. As a lefty who only plays left-handed kits, are you going to get a dep to go in that pit and do that gig? Because I can guarantee you they're not going to be happy about flipping it. It's just not going to happen. You're not going to be able to go into that pit and flip that kit. So I guess you're either going to have to be able to play a right-handed kit or just not take the gig.
Yeah.
Which is really, really seriously unfair, but it's just a practical consideration of the world we live in.
Wait, like watching other drummers,
right?
Figure out what they're playing.
Yeah, because I find it really hard watching lefty players.
Yeah.
It's really hard to translate. You shut your eyes and just listen to it, and it's fine. But you watch them play, and it's like watching yourself play front on in a mirror.
Yeah,
it's completely absurd.
Yeah, I mean, that's a minor thing. You can work it out, but yeah, that's just another pro in my opinion.
Sorry.
And the only con is if I don't know the con, because I've never got used to playing a left-handed kit. I didn't get used to it, and someone said, actually, you've got to play right.
Yeah.
And it's what you get used to.
Do you think you would have done better in those early lessons when it was just you and 2 other guys having a 20-minute lesson? Do you think you would have got further quicker in your drumming if you were on a left-handed kit? Do you think you suffered because you were forced to play a right-handed kit?
No, I suffered because I didn't pay attention enough. I honestly think it's what you get used to. Now, there is a reason why I probably did suffer, and that is I didn't enough practice right-hand lead.
Right. I think that could be said for the opposite, for every right-handed drummer.
Which goes back to my point, what I said earlier, about that unique fills that you get from left-handed people.
Yeah.
It's not left-handed people, it's people who learnt to lead left.
Yeah.
So is there really such a thing as a left and right-handed player, or someone that had a teacher that really wasn't lazy and got them to do every exercise equally, leading left and leading right?
That is an exceptionally good point.
It is. And if by chance you head over to the Drum Dog and website and you are learning drums, the Foundation Workshop Pack does exactly that.
Led by yours truly.
Yeah. Because I think it's really important.
Yeah.
I think get this out of your head about left and right-handed instruments. Learn to lead in both. If you do really have a chance to get on both types of kit when you're about to learn, and you really find it much easier, much easier, and you click onto it much quicker when the kit is set up to the left, go for it. But try it right-handed. Definitely try it right-handed.
Yeah. And even there are so many players that way down the line, right-handed players, that are adapting to either a more left lead approach or
Simon Phillips.
Yeah. Anyone playing open-handed, or even a more ambidextrous approach.
Yeah.
There are guys out there, 2 kick pedals, 2 hi-hat pedals, switching between the 2 because of the benefits that you can get from, again, having a strong left lead.
Yeah. So the whole thing, pros and cons and get rid of this whole right and wrongs bullshit. It's not healthy, it's crap. So
none of us are right-handed or left-handed. We're all using all of our hands at the same time.
well, for drums we are.
Yeah,
we are. If you're
I mean, I'm not saying start writing with your left hand.
exactly,
or right hand.
exactly. If your teacher says you've all got to start writing with your right hand, which back in the past they did,
Yeah.
you had to rap on the knuckles if you started with your left hand. You know, but that's different. Drumming, you play equally with both hands, and my left hand is much stronger than my right hand. Not because I'm left-handed, I don't think. Because I'm left-handed, I only practiced left lead as a kid. Build them up equally. The biggest selling band of all time had a left leading drummer on a right-handed kit, and it's the Beatles. Would it have sounded the same if his teacher wasn't lazy? If he'd have a teacher, I don't know. if it flipped it. Ralph Roll, friend of the channel, is a left-handed player on a right-handed kit.
I think there's so many benefits to playing open-handed.
Yeah.
You know, as a right-handed player playing cross, there's restrictions there instantly. I mean, we could go on, and there's so many different approaches to this, but I think the biggest takeaway is just to actually build both hands, be able to play both ways, because there's so many benefits to it. But you guys let us know. Are you right-handed? Are you left-handed? And what's your approach? What's your opinion? And most importantly, do you wish you did something different in the early days?
Cool. And think about what's good about it and what's not so good about it. Not what was right and what was wrong about it. Cool. Thanks for watching. We hope to see you again soon.